Hello and welcome to the channel. As always, I'm your host Morgan, and it seems I owe y'all a bit of a life update because I started strong-ish with long form content again, then fell off a little bit. So let's chat about it. I'm going to try to keep this pretty quick, but first things first, you can see there's a new filming setup because I have recently been able to build this nice little trellis shade structure sitting area in my side yard. I had a gift card from my dad from Christmas to the Orange Home Improvement Store, aka Home Depot. And finally, since the storms have decided to stop, I was able to enlist the help of my aunt in her truck to go pick up the materials. And over about the course of 1 or 2 weeks, we got this built, and it's only going to get better because it's not entirely complete. Obviously, the main structure is, but I've got planter boxes on either side, and there's plants starting to grow. I've got some morning glories and moonflowers starting to come up. I have a hummingbird vine back here that I had growing for a while. So, as the years go on and the plants continue to grow, this area is going to get much more lovely. And there's still some other things that I want to do to just make it even better. And one of my big goals for this year is going to be continuing to work on my garden and my side yard and things like that, and some other little projects in the house as well, because I've lived here for I think like 10 years now almost. My mom and I co-own the property. That's a long story, but I have not really settled in, and I think that has to do with living in rental properties for a decent chunk of my life that got sold out from under us 3 times in a row. Basically, I felt kind of shy actually settling in, and now I'm finally letting myself relax. So that is a good thing. Moving on, I have also started my master's program thanks to the lovely people who decided to donate to my GoFundMe, which is still active, and I'll talk a little bit more about why in a few moments. I did get the tuition for my first semester, my master's program paid for, so I've been working on that for the past few weeks. I'm taking one class this summer because that's just how this program is. You take one class and then actually registration for fall semester is open right now, so I kind of need to get on that, but that's future Morgan's problem. We're chit-chatting right now, but I've really been enjoying that. I'm learning about one of the basics of this whole program is inquiry-based learning, and something that I've already learned is that inquiry is not just about solving problems, it's about asking questions and kind of guiding your education path based on the questions that you're asking and what's interesting you. And Project Dragonfly, which is the name of the program, um, or like I think it might technically be the informal name, but it's also the Advanced Inquiry Program. But Project Dragonfly started as a program with youth, which is super cool. And I've already learned so much. I've already met some really cool people. I have some in person learning days coming up here in the next couple of weeks that I'm really excited about. And it feels really good to be a student again, but it also feels good to be a student in a program that I feel passionate about. And it feels good to feel passion again because I was getting into a bit of a slump where I was interested in things, but I wasn't really feeling passionate, you know? I mean, I'm passionate about the horse stuff, but there are financial roadblocks to the things that I want to do there. Because, I have a rich girl's hobby on a poor girl's salary, and we're all just trying to make a living out here as the world is worlding. This administration is trumping all over the place, and we're all living with a bit of fear, no matter what side of the political aisle we're sitting. And that's just one of the realities. So I've put things like going to horse shows on hold this year because we do need to make some repairs to the trailer, get new tires on it, and horse showing is expensive, even at club shows. For the last show I went to, I showed in, I think, 3 classes, and I spent, I think, $250 on my entry fees and all that. And, that doesn't include the cost of the gear, of my supplies, of the gas, any of that. My apologies for the camera shaking. It's a bit breezy. We're still workshopping our setup here. Eventually, I hope to have something a little more stable, but working with what we got. So, uh, that tangent over, everything that I've been saying is just that there have been a lot of goals I've had to put on hold this year, but the school goal was something that was a bit of a surprise because I didn't think that I was going to get accepted on my first try. From my understanding, I've been looking at this program for, I want to say, 3 years now at least. I've gone to some info sessions. Most of the people who I'd spoken to had to apply 2 or 3 times. So that was why I was scrambling a bit earlier this year. But then about a month ago at time of recording, my personal vehicle did get totaled. Now, I wasn't in the vehicle at the time. I wasn't the one driving. And for the most part, everyone's okay, other than my car, of course. But that vehicle did get totaled. Now, insurance did cover what I had owed on it, so that's all paid and all that, but I do not have a vehicle right now. I have my work vehicle and my mom lets me use her car. But I am currently trying to save for a down payment on another new to me car. I have no delusions about getting a brand new car or even a very recent car because my budget is not super high, especially since, I got to start paying on those student loans for my bachelor's program, and those payments did jump substantially. I'm not trying to trauma jump here. I'm just kind of explaining some stuff because all of these are reasons why I've decided to leave my GoFundMe open. Now, at time of recording, I still need to edit it a little bit, add some more context and things, but it is still open and I would appreciate any donations to it. That GoFundMe is primarily in existence to ensure that my education is funded because I am so passionate about this program and my course of study where my inquiry is going to lead me is down a path that I think is very important. I know I've talked about this a little bit in another video, but I'm very focused on studying forestry and wildfire management and urban expansion, that kind of intersection of those 3 areas. And I think it's a very important thing to be studying, especially considering the world we live in now, where we don't even really have a wildfire season anymore. And people do need to keep expanding into high fire risk areas because that's just where it's affordable to live. So, this is something that I am very passionate about, and I want to ensure that I am still able to study. I'm pretty sure for fall and spring, I'm going to be mostly okay because they do offer payment plans and things, but next summer, not the case because that's just how universities are, unfortunately. Yes, I am looking into FAFSA. Yes, I'm looking into other grants and things, but I couldn't have predicted my car would get totaled. So there's also just other things like that going on. I have some medical stuff going on. I'm okay, but it could impact things. And I just, having that out there is a way for me to cast my net as wide as possible because if anyone would like to help, I would appreciate it so much, but by no means do I expect you to. It's just out there just in case. Check a box, make sure I'm covering all the bases I possibly can. So, with all of that said, if you do like what I do here and on the other social medias where I tend to be a little more active, a little more spicy, I also do have a Patreon that has been in existence as long as this channel has. but I know I hadn't done much with it. I have been doing much more with it lately. Well, much is a strong word, but I've been doing more. And I do plan to do more with it. Right now, it's mostly a place for blogs. I've been doing quote unquote daily blogs. I say quote unquote because I'm not super good about it being daily, but I'm getting better. I've been adjusting to having the new workload with school and everything and trying to get into a routine because I am trying to ride more as well. So we're getting it together here. We're all in this together. But I am doing more stuff over on Patreon. The daily blogs are just a free tier. I do free posts. I try to make it at least pretty frequent, and then at least once a week I've been trying to do a members only post. At time of recording I haven't made this week's yet, but that's a this evening thing this week because life has been lifing all over the place. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay to not do things exactly when you intended. And that's a thing that I've been trying to remind myself constantly lately because I have been trying to be nicer to myself and remind everyone to be nicer to themselves because we live in a world that is on the edge of potential global conflicts, disasters, all sorts of things in all sorts of different contexts. And if you are anything like me or a lot of the people that I interact with that I love, you will be feeling guilty if you feel like you could be doing more. And I'm here to tell you that we can only do what we can do because we need to make sure we're taking care of ourselves as well. We can't take of our well, excuse me. We cannot take care of our communities. We cannot make the difference that we want to make in the world if we are not taking care of ourselves. Please remember that. Please remember to be nice to yourself. Okay. That's pretty much my life update for y'all. I don't want to yap too long. This is already, well, I'm looking at the camera. It's 12 minutes at this point. I don't know how long the total edited video is going to be, but if you sat through this, thank you. All of my links are in the description. You can find me in all of these other places as well. I'm more active on the clock app, the TikToks, but I am working on trying to be more active in other places. If you want just horsey content, check out the Padme and Pals pages. I'm trying to be more active there. We have a YouTube as well that has nothing on it yet. But yeah, also if you like books and things, this might be me. Might. But yeah, so I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, afternoon, evening, what have you. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you all in the next one.